Hello and welcome to the Philosophical Podcast. I am your host today, Jordan, and I am here with Emon,
Hello.
Lou,
Hello.
and Luca.
Hello.
And, well, let's just jump straight into the news of the week. I haven't got that many news articles, mainly because we want to spend more time on other sections this week. But I wanted to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. Got some anime news. Very hype. We was wondering where it was when me and Lou were talking about it on our review and in the other video, if anyone wants to check that out. And we was hoping, thought maybe a trailer might drop with it, but unfortunately that didn't happen. We thought maybe we'd get some details, but I don't know how I didn't see this coming. It was actually about the opening and ending. So the opening is Kakaiten, that's his name, I think. Kakaiten? Yeah.
Okay.
By Eve, and the ending is Ali by Lost in Paradise, featuring Aklo. So apparently they've done openings and endings before. I haven't seen them yet. I was meant to go check them out.
The thing is, we probably have seen something just from other animes. You know what I mean?
Just from other animes stuff.
Yeah. You just didn't know it was them.
Yeah.
The general reception, from fans about it, have been quite good. So I'm expecting good things and stuff. But yeah, that was the news for the week. It's getting closer. I've heard some people say that a new trailer is potentially coming out for it.
Yeah.
But that's a speculation kind of thing. So
Talking about news of the week, did Attack on Titan actually was it delayed?
So Attack on Titan got confirmed to be October, and then a couple of days later, was said to have been delayed or is not now. All of a sudden, is on the schedule for October 2020.
Yeah.
So either one of them was a mess up, whoever announced it was wrong.
The way I look at it is, I don't know whether they're trying to let the manga kind of get to the end of it first.
They might as well,
you know
if it's going to be the final season,
You know what I mean? Because obviously, I don't know if... I hope they don't do the thing where they split the final season in 2 parts.
Yeah, they could do that. They could do that, because they've done it before. But my biggest worry is, in general, about Attack on Titan and Mappa, is now, I think Lou or Luca brought it up before about how God of Highschool was apparently, cutting loads of story, and that it could happen to Attack on Titan. So it's that kind of worries me, because obviously as much as they will probably do the fights themselves justice.
Although I'm gonna argue one thing though. I think it's more to do with the TV schedule. So that's why they tend to this happened quite a few times where they try to push out the anime series to be done on a tight deadline, you know what I mean? That's why they have to skip past. I hope they don't, but
Yeah. The thing is, even with Wit, Attack on Titan have been known to skip out on certain manga bits and stuff. But like I said, I just hope it's not too much, because obviously we've read it, we love it, especially the Marley arc and stuff. So hopefully it's not too much. But we'll be talking more about Attack on Titan later.
Yeah. Spoilers. We'll give you a spoiler before the thing.
No, we've got a lot to talk about on that new chapter that have come out. But anyway,
check timestamps.
Yeah, check timestamps down below if you want to jump to that.
Although we'll probably leave the big one for the end.
Ruin it for yourself.
If you
want to ruin it for yourself, just watch the whole video.
You could technically mute it and then just
options.
But yeah, moving on.
No, but yeah, anyway, Mappa, so far so good. Just hoping on not cutting out story elements in Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan. But other news, personal hype news for me, but Burn the Witch about setting the manga coming out. Set to start in issue 38, I think. So apparently that's around 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
It's going to get the cover, it's going to get the color page, and the first chapter will be 57 pages.
Yeah.
So I'm buzzing for that. I don't know if it's going to be the one shot again, or if it continues on from the one shot or what.
Yeah, the issue is how short they're going to make this. That's the only downside to this.
Yeah, the series is apparently only going to be around 4 chapters long. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we're lucky enough to have it, I guess. That's the only thing.
You might as well explain. Kubo didn't even want to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
serialized this originally.
Yeah, apparently the story behind it is that it was his editor or someone like that. Was around Kubo's house, and he was literally he'd done Burn the Witch as a side thing, just for fun, basically, because he's got a spare time apparently to do this, and he was just doing it. And they were like, "Can we please publish this? Can we try this out?" And he done it, and now it was a one shot going into a short series and getting a movie, or an OVA/movie. So I can't believe that, but no, I'm mad hype for it. I think I said in the last podcast when we were talking about Can't Fear Your Own World, but any expansion to the Bleach verse is just I'm so hyped for it. I'm so hyped. I really hope there's like a cameo or like a mention. I mean, there already was in the one shot, so I'm hoping for more.
Yeah.
But yeah, also random fact. So it's coming in issue 38, I think, or like it's like an issue where it's like a double one, so it's like 37, 38 or something, right? And that was the exact same numbered volume that it was for Bleach when it come out as well, which was about 38. So don't know if they meant to do that, but I'm like, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, and I saw a tweet today, and that was like a good point about there's potential hints that the Bleach anime will be like animated by Period again. Like people were saying how like Period is still really advertising it. Like they had like a new line of stuff like events and stuff. Like like how there was like a Bleach Cafe event and stuff. Well, they're doing that again with like more things, and it's Period that's like advertising it a lot. And there's already been like little people like found like little bits in like trailers and stuff, or like little bits in like the thing where like Period's still technically there. Doesn't confirm anything.
Is it kind of like the cafe we went to kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like that kind of event. I think like that kind of like collab event or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I was just I didn't even it didn't even click in my head. I was like looking through. I was like, oh, that's quite cool, like merch and that. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh yeah, that is a good point. Like it's Period that's advertising it again. Like they're still clearly like sticking with it, even though technically their contract's down. But Aniplex might have just given it back to them and told them, right, you're gonna animate it.
Yeah. That's,
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
On topic with Bleach and Period.
Yeah.
Do you think Period are about to put halfway through 1000 New Blood War filler?
No, I don't think that.
I think it would be stupid to do at this point, considering it's finished.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No,
but I know where you're coming from, but I don't think they're gonna make this too long. I feel like
is it bad as someone that
we've just got to hype
too much?
Yeah, we've just
like
we've just got to hype that it doesn't. It gets like.
I mean,
the love that it could get. Not.
I mean, for Jordan's sanity though, like it would give him a lot. Bleach would last longer, I guess, for him.
Yeah,
there was filler.
I was about to say, I might. This might be insane, but if it was like a filler arc, like like the Zanpakuto arc or the Modso arc, I would.
No, we don't need Bound. We don't need Bound again. That
okay.
Let's just skip that. Yeah.
I would take something. I would. I can't lie. Like you say,
if it's something on the level of the Zanpakuto arc, I would. Take
like with like original characters, like good characters. I'd watch that.
You know what? I'll throw this out. What about a whole arc just focusing on the Quincy's?
Oh, that would
be
so
something
good.
I'd love to. Or even like when spoiled, but like Uryu when he's with them.
Yeah.
Like,
that would be mad.
I'd love to see that kind of perspective if they ever do that.
That'd be sick.
Even if they don't do it as a filler, even like as a one-off episode.
I feel like if they, like, I would love it anyway. Like in the ending and everything. Like if they just expanded, like like how someone says like One Piece, they have filler moments like in an episode, but it's not
like Foxy, but he's actually canon.
Foxy's canon, but like I mean, like in terms like like the fight. So like the Kaido fight actually, Luffy v Kaido, right? Like
how much they extended it.
How much they extended it and stuff like that. Imagine if that was imagine if they done like little bits for that for Bleach. I would be so hyped. And if it was animated well, fingers crossed. I'm still waiting for that PV. And another random thing that kind of hints to Period for me. It might be silly. I don't know, but even like the soundtrack they used to announce it was from the original anime series.
Yeah.
So like if they keep the soundtracks and everything that Period made and all that, then
I mean they have to for just reminiscent,
I'd be so good. It'd be so good.
It'd be stupid not to. I mean, obviously they're gonna have their own original soundtracks for the 1000 Year Blood War, but
yeah, of course, because they've done that for a long time. You
surely have to use some of the old tracks, no matter what.
Yeah. But that's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
I have a news just to.
Okay, go on.
Obviously, you've seen this already. I think everyone seen the new cover for My Hero. The one with... I'll just do it here. There we go. Yep. The new cover, the manga cover.
Let's go. Yeah. The cover.
That looks so nice. It looks really sick. I really rate this. I'm glad they did her
Mina season, boys.
Mina just... Especially what's happening right now. Especially the next chapter. That
hypes me up even more. Because like we were talking about that in the last review, wasn't we? Like we hope Mina does something, like, because obviously she's jumping in, but like we don't know what's going to happen. But now with that cover page, it kind of gives me a bit of hope that we're really going to see her go in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, although like, I'm glad they did that really well. Like the design, it just suits her.
Yep.
You know,
so sick.
She's got swagger about her as well. You know.
Yeah, the actual like rawness. But the I was saying to Luke actually, I could see that picture being like the back of like a One Piece, My Hero volume. Do you know that they have like?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Picture?
Like,
I could imagine that it's going to be on one of the, like the newer ones that comes out, kind of thing, because that's too good. Like it's too good not to use.
Oh, definitely, you have to.
But
you know, but the one thing the one thing they always do well is the cover arts for all the mangas.
Yeah,
like, I love most of them. Honestly, I don't think there was
My Hero cover are usually pretty amazing. I can't remember what volume it was. There was one which was like the worst one in my opinion. Which was literally just like, it wasn't even that bad, it was just Deku's face. And I was kind of okay. But that was like, fucking,
I like the cover with Mirio, that was really cool.
That was really good. The yellow one, like, that's what I mean, like, everything had the colour scheme. The one for Deku was literally just like, which is crazy, right? Because I really like Bleach volumes, and Bleach volumes are literally a character in front of a white background, which I really like. But for some reason, this one, when it done Deku, it just wasn't the same.
Some of the earlier was a bit weird, like some of them, they just... I know what you mean, like some positioning. No, but I prefer like when they do the single characters. I think that looks a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I do agree. Like I do like them, but then I was about to say like my favourite two were literally like.
Oh, we've lost Lou.
We've lost Lou. Sad.
Okay. Luca, you're split in half now.
Yeah, in the border. No, my favourite volume covers. Not to contradict you, I promise.
Yeah, I know, it's fine, it's fair enough. I'm not saying all the covers with multiple characters are bad, I'm just saying...
No, I just really like the Volume 24 sort of
I was gonna say Volume 24 with the black cover, like...
And I also like the Volume 16 with the Kirishima one, where he's like at the bottom, and it's kind of like comic panel-y.
The red riot, like when he's on like full-on, ultra-hardened.
It looks amazing.
To be fair, I really rate that. I really rate that because obviously you was a Fat Gum and Sunny, didn't you?
Sunny, yeah, that's a sick cover.
That was my favorite cover until
I saw 24.
Yeah,
I was like, no one's gonna beat this one, and then 24 happened. And it was like,
but you need the villains as well. Even like the stuff with like, I like the ones with like we have Endeavor and the Hawks in the background as well.
That one was so nice
because that has so much meaning behind it. But yeah,
definitely, yeah. No, yeah.
Either way, they do really amazing covers. That's it.
They do. They do.
But yeah.
Right.
Moving on. What's next?
Moving on. What's the next thing of debates, Luca?
We can. Well, it's up to whoever wants to go first, but we can review, our week of watching. I have some stuff to say about God of High School if you want.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, God of High School. Talk about that. Yeah.
Sick. Best episode so far.
Yeah.
Just
let's just get that out of the way. Best episode by far. Yeah.
By a margin.
Like I love Jin, but like also for me, because Han is like already like one of my favorite characters. But like this episode, it has so much raw emotion behind it. And the animation, obviously, we're going to talk about that. But the animation took this to another level. Honestly,
yeah. I felt a tear swelling in my eye.
That takes a lot for Luca.
Particularly as he was finally taking the advice of his late friend and confirming a new friendship.
Yeah, the thing is, like, even though he said to Jin, like, I don't actually look at you as my friend, but deep down, he's just lying to him. But like the fact that we had the whole background as well, and Park Mujin, honestly. He's stirring shit up. He's stirring shit up. You know what I mean? Like
we got so many little lines about like where the series is going. So Mira herself spoke about the need to get stronger, and I'm wondering if the executives of this tournament to keep the three characters together are gonna allow her and Han to enter. As a way of like getting them to turn on each other again.
I definitely think they're still going to be involved in this because the fact that, especially spoilers, but they found out there's two tiger cubs and that's Jin and Han. And I can't
that
see
line
them,
was intriguing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he called like his granddad a tiger as well,
Yeah.
and that's why I called Jin a tiger cub originally.
Yeah,
and then
but
now
it's basically one of those those standings we've been seeing. Honestly, it's like one of those like
they're gonna get one, aren't they? Like, they're gonna get something.
I think it's I think it's leading up to that, but But let's.
And he was also saying that despite the two of them being the Tiger Cubs of the tournament, that the guys in the next bracket, in the proper tournament, are like way above them. Still. So they have a long way to go.
One of the administrators, whatever his name was, the blue-haired guy, he's like, "This is nothing." Like, right at the end of the episode.
Yeah, and has anyone seen the preview for the next episode?
I haven't yet.
Okay,
no, I haven't. No.
It looks good. We're going to see more of that blue guy in action a little bit. So looking forward to that. That was in the preview.
Okay, that's interesting. But I feel like we're going to see more of him. And it's interesting. Like when you said, like, are we actually going to start seeing proper like international competitors now? Oh, definitely.
And is that where like because people said there was like loads like people use loads of different like martial arts and stuff. So is that where going to be like martial arts from around the world and stuff, and like everyone will have like different versions?
Yeah, I mean, technically we already had something like that, didn't we? With like the wrestler already, and all that stuff.
So I'm like, are we going to see like an amped up version of her from America? That would be crazy. Like sort of fights like that.
I'm still really intrigued by that like green-haired executive's power of like
the
clown.
Emon, you might remember, but from Hunter x Hunter, like P2's like
I know what you mean.
Thing. Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
Do you
know, it also reminds me of a bit of Kite with his with his weapon. He has like the little clown, doesn't he? Where he pulls up.
Yes. It's literally that, isn't it? It's like a combination of that. It's crazy.
Literally both those. But I know what you mean.
I'm wondering if that's like a across the board power, or if that was unique to that particular executive.
I have a feeling they're all unique to each person. Like, but they have like a variation of like their own kind of stands or whatever.
Yeah, there's clearly like some potential in some people that is not in others.
We still don't know
because
with like the fruits they also ate. Or like
so like this is just what I've gathered from the episodes and that.
Yeah.
So the fruit that he ate, I think, was similar to what like the blue-haired guy tried to give. Oh shit, I can't remember his name. The guy from the first episode. Do you remember the guy like all strapped up?
The prison dude. The prison
guy.
Dude,
the prison dude.
Yeah.
He was like all sad, wasn't he? Because he couldn't accept the power. I think that was the power. Like that's why I think. Jin got. Yeah. So, like you said, like I don't think everyone can do it, but people that can do it, like ascend or something.
If they survive from the thing,
yeah.
But
then, Oh man.
Yeah.
But like, can we talk about the big thing, the fight itself? Honestly, it was very like it was kind of like there's not much music to it or anything like that. It was just very raw at the beginning because obviously Jin doesn't know what's happening with Han, especially with his mate obviously dying on us. And the fact that it's literally just a fisticuff, and then when Mira came, that changed everything. That was the clutch moment for me because obviously she doesn't have any resentment towards Han, and I'm glad she found out. But obviously, you might.
I'm glad. How she took it like a G, and just the trio, man. Them three are like
the fact that he even knew like don't bother telling Jin or else he's gonna hold back. The fact that they're both going full on. We actually got to see the 4 stances by Han. He finally used the blue Azure Dragon. That was sick. It's like a delay attack, but even Jin had his own version of the blue dragon with the kick. But
when he done he's like Jin original.
Jin original. But the main thing was that animation, the paint animation you saw. It was so raw. Like the fact that they were in their own little bubble, their own zone. Like
it went into like first person as well.
This is literally like
the whole painting thing was amazing.
It's literally like the when Naruto and Sasuke, whenever they fight each other, they go into this like white void. It was literally
and they're in their own little exactly
like
that.
Literally,
Probably took inspiration from that, honestly, like the creator kind of thing. But no, that was amazing.
But
and one random thing I didn't put it in the news, but because I just saw it, but you just reminded me after we've been talking about that. Another webtoon. Have you ever heard of Solo Leveling?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
It just got announced at the. So like, obviously, it's not technically a manga, I guess, because it's not Japanese. It's Korean. But anyway,
Yeah.
basically the comic series of it is coming out to like England and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, it's coming in physical. I'm like, that's amazing.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna actually pick that up because
there's a lot of like AniTubers. They've been reacting to that live. Although there's issues with copyright at the moment with it.
Oh really?
There's a lot of big debate because they're just shutting down videos.
Really quick.
But I definitely heard it's very popular. It's very
popular.
I know someone from who I work with that told me about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you said,
when God of High School came out, and he said that Solo Leveling is his favourite webtoon that he's read, because he read Tower of Birds and he read God of High School, but that one was the best one that he's read.
Yeah, to be fair, it looks like pure smoke. Like, it looked like the art in it, apparently from the get-go, is like amazing. Whoever like made it or whatever, it looks amazing, and that's why I'm like, well, now that I think it was Yen Press that's like publishing it here, and I'm like, that's just really cool to see.
You know what? In general, I'm glad webtoons are doing well. Like, they're getting the love and appreciation. The fact that it's all fan made.
That's what I mean.
Like any big major publishers or anything like that. The fact that even like
they started off on their own.
The fact that Crunchyroll are taking it, like they're the first ones to actually take on board the webtoon and serialize as an anime. That's such a good step on them. They actually, like, compared to like they're taking they're taking advantage of the market in terms of when you're competing against Funimation and that they're going, they're the first ones to do the webtoon stuff.
To do that. And it's like
good move.
They've got that like license down now, and I think it will. I think we've already seen like the popularity of Tower of God and God of High School that it's working like for their audience. That's like a lot of conversation on Twitter and stuff like that. So
I'm still intrigued to know just how much they are cutting from it though, because
apparently it is very fast paced at the moment.
It is so far, but like that jump from like episode 2 to then Mira getting married in the next one.
The getting married episode killed me, man.
And like
that
also
was crazy.
in the last episode, like when Mira and Jin were talking, as she was in the hospital bed. That felt quite quick as well.
That was definitely rushed. Even the whole thing with Han and his mate just dying all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like
that was just it was like deep. But it was I know what you mean. There was clearly more, there could have been more there. Like, you could see
I assume some of the smaller fights, like with that Brazilian.
See, Jordan was looking forward to that Brazilian fight.
I was looking forward to that.
And that literally lasted a second.
Got dealt with quick.
Yeah, but that's because.
That's kind of sad.
But I can see why that happened because Jin was more pissed off at Han. So
he went like
it's just crazy because like even though it's been apparently cut so much, we've still like enjoyed it so much.
The thing is, what I've said was in the reviews that every episode we've watched, we've given it 8 or higher so far for every episode.
So far.
And the fact that like having an 8 consistently is a very good thing. You know, like
You know, definitely.
It's doing above average easily.
It's been great. It's like a great every episode, and it's like you say, Luca. Like even though it's like fast paced and that, like people are saying it gets cut out, I'm kind of trying to ignore it a little bit because at the moment I'm really enjoying it.
It's not like the worst kind of pacing in the world. Like, you can still keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, and like when a series usually does that, the thing that it lacks is like us liking the characters. But I feel like everyone's like in love with the trio, you know. So it's like they've still got like that connection there. I'm really tempted though, like we said before, like once we finish the series, to read it and see what we did miss, if we did miss anything.
Definitely.
But I want to wait till I finish the series first.
I would like more of the trio as well. I'm not even too fussed about missing the smaller fights. I just want to see more of those three, to be honest. Yeah,
definitely. And it's like I don't want to be. It sounds bad because obviously, like, fair play to people that have read it. They're obviously really hyped for it, and I don't blame them. I'm hoping they're enjoying it as well. From the sounds of it, a lot of them are. But I wouldn't want to be reading it and be like, oh well, they missed that bit.
That's
you
what
know,
I mean.
and stuff
Like
that.
your expectations are gonna be like, oh, I can't wait for them to animate this, and it's like, oh, it's not there.
And when it doesn't happen, you can't help but be a bit disappointed. So I would rather do it the other way, like watch it and then read it and see, oh, there was that bit there, or like, you know.
But either way, moving on from this, but like we gave it a 10 we gave this a 10 out of 10. Other anime, we watched Deca-Dence.
Deca-Dence.
that was some crazy shit. Just putting spoilers out there, like. That if you talk about fast pacing, that's very fast. Like
that series is like took so many 180 so far.
And the thing is, there isn't any manga for this, so it's kind of like it's so fast.
It's an anime original, isn't it? So there's no like no one can spoil it. No one knows what's gonna happen. So, and so far, it's so random.
So they took on this like grand quest where technically everyone was meant to die.
Yeah,
we're not gonna say too much, like, but you might have explained this if you want to.
I was just about to say about how like. Because it's almost like a video game situation where like they built a boss that was never meant to be beaten, and like so basically one of the characters who doesn't know this, who can like die when they get killed in the game, is going there. So another character, Kaburagi, goes out to try and stop her and that.
Yeah.
And then they end up fighting a creature, and it's like it's just that episode took so many twists.
So essentially, there's a creature called Alpha. That's the creature that everyone was meant to face in the quest. But some things happen, and then they basically activate like the final boss in that area. And the issue is and the final boss wasn't even programmed properly.
Yeah, it wasn't, because it was never supposed to come out.
No, they never finished developing it, and the fact that
it was
happened,
messed up.
It escalated the whole thing. And then the ending was mad. Can't say too much about that, but basically, let's just say Kaburagi's in deep shit right now. That's Lucas.
In big trouble.
Yeah, we don't know what's happened to him yet,
but it's not good.
But we're looking forward to next week. Without a doubt. If anyone hasn't watched it, we do recommend. It's crazy. It's mad.
If you want to watch a very confusing anime, Deca-Dence is the way to go.
And no one. And this is a personal thing for me. Is like no one can spoil it for you. No one can like leak
other than if you haven't watched the episode itself.
So,
although we do love Pipe as well.
Pipe, he's like this little disgusting creature. I love him so much.
But it's adorable.
He's adorable.
But he has a lot. But there's a lot to that creature itself we don't know yet.
He's definitely gonna come back. The fact that he said look after Pipe at the end is like she's gonna go find Pipe next episode, and we're gonna get more. Without a doubt, I am adamant about that. When she goes back into like his room where Pipe is and stuff, she's gonna find some more information about it. She's gonna start working out that Sume's a clever girl.
Yeah, well, she could be a bit naive. She rushes into it too much.
She can't help but love her.
The issue with her, she doesn't actually understand what's happening in front of her properly. Like, she'll just rush into battle, even though there's floating dead bodies. And
she doesn't read the situation.
That's the issue with her. But I'm sure it'll get better over time with her. She'll be a bit more calmer, hopefully. But moving on. Run a Girlfriend. I know new episode today, but.
Oh yeah, new episode today.
But yeah, like that jumped all over the place. But I'm glad. So we got to see Kazuya's best mate, and he's such a G. He's such a G.
What a guy!
Everyone loves it. He honestly, he actually deserves to have Mizuhara, if anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
honestly,
honestly, at this point, you know what I mean. Like,
although Kazuya does have his own bit where he's starting to like.
He's starting to realise it himself.
He does tell the truth technically.
But he does the right thing by then.
He built up such a he dug up such a big hole, and he's done it at the worst place. You know what I mean? Like of all the places to do it, it's just but then obviously the ending was okay. So now what?
So now what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much about that, but that jumped a little bit.
Anyway, don't worry about it, fellow Mammy stans. She got plenty of content in this episode. I'm sure she will continue to shine. Don't worry. She is without a doubt best girl.
We're going to put a disclaimer and say, please ignore all of Jordan's opinions. They're invalid at this point with Rent a Girlfriend.
Imagine standing someone who's literally just a bad person.
Yeah, just, I don't know. He supports all the trash, so we're just going to ignore his opinion. But moving on. I could talk about. So I watched new episode of Food Wars. I just reviewed that today. So I talked about this underground society. They talk. I know we're just ignoring what Jordan said and all that. But,
I can't ignore him, right?
Yeah, I know, but just ignore his face. So they're facing these underground chefs called the Noirs, and they all use like crazy weapons. Okay, we don't need your seductive face right now. Yeah, and the weapons they use to cook food is mad. So one of them, her name is Sergeant Sarge. I know, unique name. She uses a chainsaw, and what she does.
Oh, you said about this girl.
Yeah. But they actually showed it. So she used the chainsaw to like whisk.
Slice an egg.
Yeah, like with egg, butter, just batter everything up together, and then it's like. But it's not even just that. She even did one where she was cutting meat, but like what she did was she put the seasoning on the actual blade, on the chainsaw.
Oh, wow!
And she did very refined cut. That's not even the mad bit. So they had this. I don't know why. So in the thing, they had to create. So one of the round, they had to create a Christmas cake theme in August.
Right.
Even they acknowledged that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like having Christmas adverts in all.
Yeah, it's kind of mad though. But it's not even just that; it's how she made the cake. So obviously she used the chainsaw to whisk up all the egg and all that, and then she uses a sledgehammer to break the chocolate. And that's not even the mad bit. That's not even the mad bit. So then she had pastry in the oven, and then do you know what she used? She used a detonator. And just blew it up, and then later you just see this like amazing, elegant cake. It's just like
it's like the most extreme version of MasterChef ever.
It is a scene.
Like, you know what? Gordon Ramsay would be proud of that, honestly.
Yeah,
the shit
he'd still scream, "Where's the lamb sauce?"
Yeah.
Put the anger into cooking. No, what
it's
was
mad.
It? For someone who has only watched the first half of series 1. So now
it's escalated.
It's escalated so much.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man,
and
that's
the fact that the other members, what they use is one is a clown, and he just juggles the food around. So he has like think of like 2 big bowls, but just put together in a bowl shape, and then he just juggled meat around, so it just becomes super tender.
Just seasoning it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
season it.
Tenderizes the meat.
And the other one was this guy. He literally reminded me of Toga, but he literally had needles and just sucking the blood out of meat.
What?
Yeah, it literally. Yeah, you know, like Toga does that thing with her needles. It's literally like the same thing.
I can't stand.
And the other one. Okay, so she's in like a bunny costume essentially,
right?
Oh god.
And she has a guillotine.
And
then she flexes her arms, like she becomes like really buff on one arm, and then it's like she's just like chopping everything up with a guillotine. These noir members are just insane. They're not even like normal, like they're far from normal chefs. So right now, what they're doing with the tournament is you got the light versus the dark. Yeah, and like the light are like obviously like Soma and the main characters, the normal lot. But yeah. I like if you read the manga, it just escalates even further where there's going to be this one guy who can use multiple tools. So like it's not even just going to be the chainsaw. He can basically use anyone's tools and just do whatever he wants.
Use them to a good extent.
Yeah, that's it's just mad. That's the extent of Food Wars.
Is he basically the Gilgamesh of Food Wars?
You know what? That's not a bad comparison, honestly. Because
he summons any cooking utensil and
that is his speciality. He can just use whatever. But it's not even just that. It's more. What's more insulting is that whenever he beats a chef, he takes their unique weapons or like the unique cutlery or whatever.
So he keeps trophies.
Yeah, essentially, and then he just uses them like later on in the tournaments. So it's like the ultimate insult, disrespect.
He just flexes on them.
I would stand. That's crazy.
This guy, it's very mad, but yeah, very very good. Although this arc is this is the final arc, but it's a bit short. But hey, it's what we can do. What else?
Do you know if I know Food Wars ended quite abruptly, the manga.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're gonna like try and like fill it out or end it in a different way, the anime, or is it?
No, I think they're following the manga, but like so what they did was after the manga ended, they had a 3-chapter special, so kind of like a mini.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
3 series, like 3 parts. That was rushed as well because it basically had like another time skip, but it's good because you had the background story with like Soma and his mom, and then what's everyone doing in the future. So I'm not gonna say too much, but like Soma basically does something what his dad did back in that same school, the Totsuki school. But like, end of the day, like they did rush it a bit, but that's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like Bleach as well and all that. Like, you know how the ending just there's a lot of things missing and they just literally jump right to the end. It's just very...
it's part and parcel one of the negatives of how Shonen Jump operate. Like, it's benefits to how Shonen Jump work, but one of the negatives, unfortunately, is that how series can just get cut.
Exactly, and this is the thing we were talking about even like earlier on with like Mappa and all that, like where it's more like the studios are under pressure in terms of scheduling. That's why they have to cut things. So right now they're not doing too bad, but I'm just hoping that ending bit they kind of extend it out a bit. Although the one thing they've done slightly different is they pulled some things out from the manga, but they put it in a different order.
Right.
So I didn't expect them to do that, but it's pretty much sticking with it. But very good show for the
very good show
if you're into that as well. But no, it's also how they break down when they're cooking food. They literally do it on like a scientific level. some of the explanations are just stupid, but what other animes are there? Have we missed anything else?
Did you watch Ari no Sora?
Yes, Sora as well.
Yeah.
That match. So I think I told you like last time I was on the podcast. They were doing a match against the second best team in that prefecture. And do you know the way they did it was, so Sora's team, they had the momentum at the beginning, and then it went the other way, the other team. But the other team are using their first year players, so they're not even using the strongest team.
Wow, okay.
But one thing I'll say was one of their players, so one of the from Sora's team, his name is Yasu. He kind of like had like a, I don't know how to describe, like a LeBron moment. Like, it's kind of funny though. Basically, you know how they say when someone's body moves naturally, he kind of had that. Like, he just swerved around the player and then
Almina-esque.
Yeah, it's very Almina-esque. But no. The funny thing was, he's so into the zone, he scored on the wrong basket.
For God's sake.
Like, you had the moment, like, you know, like he's like my body just, like, it's an improvement, but like he scored in the wrong basket, my dude.
It's like my guy.
And some of them have like different position changes where Sora has to kind of take on more of a point guard position. And you remember Chiaki?
I was about to say he used to be the point guard.
And Chiaki, because Chiaki is so good at his passing range, so that he plays as a forward now.
Oh, okay.
But it's because his interplay and his link up are so good that, especially for someone like Sora, his 3-pointers are always on top.
Always
like
good.
He had a moment where he got 3 3-pointers in a row. Like, he's always quite good. Momoharu is still, the guy who could jump. Yeah, he's still could jump very high.
I love Momoharu. I need to watch it, man.
Honestly, I think you love it.
Episodes. Even providing if Gary Neville punditry right now.
Exactly. Who else? You also had, Chucky, the guy with the glasses. Yeah, all the puns.
What, from Rugrats?
Yeah, Chucky.
He looks like
Chucky. Chucky. Was it Finns? I can't remember. Finns.
Is Rugrats the best anime of all time?
Rugrats is the best thing of all time.
All time.
we all
fiction, boys.
We all stand Tommy. But no, with Chucky, so they're all like more motivated now because some shit happened before this match. Kind of their own fault. Yeah. But like now he's trying to intercept more. So he's trying to take on that role where he's like, he's just going to be he's literally going to try to screen as many players. He's kind of like a bit of a mixture of, he tries to just help out wherever he can.
Do what you can do.
What's his name? Nabu. No, I can't remember his name now. The other one, he's just trying to learn how to score 3-pointers.
Really? To be like a clutch shooter?
Yeah, but he's, and then my guy. You haven't seen Kite yet, have you?
I've only seen him vaguely. Like, I haven't got into like the episodes with him. Like,
I think he's had a slightly different shade, but he's basically the ace of the team. But he just literally came on, so we don't know what to expect.
What? Yeah, if he momentum might change. Or
and I told you last time there was like this ginger kid like from the other team. He literally basically made Kite look like his bitch.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, dude, are you telling me that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm kind of curious to know, because what Kite did was after he just got battered by that kid, he literally went around going to different like colleges and all that. I don't know if it's colleges or whatever. He just took on older people, like more experienced basketball players, just to improve his game.
Yeah.
And
that's fair.
But yeah, so they all had like a little, essentially like a little mini time skip to train up a bit. But yeah, very good episode.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anything from you, Luca? If you've watched or read anything?
I didn't do much this week. The only thing I did was go back on the My Hero chapter because something was bugging me about it.
Right. Here we go.
It was because, and I have a little bit of insight as well. It was because I was kind of curious as to where Kirishima was during that whole altercation.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then it got me thinking back to when I read the School Breach series, which I recommend, by the way. This is just a very short theory, but like in volume 4, chapter 1, I think you have a bit with Kirishima and Fat Gum and Sun Eater.
Right.
And Kirishima is talking more about his flashback with Gigantomachia and Mina.
Yeah.
And Fat Gum gives him some advice. So obviously Kirishima uses it as like his stepping stone to motivate himself into going into, precarious situations.
Yeah.
But Fat Gum advised him, like, that's good for now, but you need to become the hero that believes he's tough because he is tough, not fakes being tough.
You eventually have to become that one you're faking.
It goes back to this, the theme of, Deku and Bakugo always smiling throughout adversity. And it's like, so what my theory is, I suppose, is that next chapter, with Mina setting up to throw the sedative into Gigantomachia. And MT Lady holding open his mouth. I reckon Kirishima might go unbreakable, help MT Lady hold up the mouth.
I hope. Yeah, I hope he gets a moment. I think that
because he needs because in that story in the novel he was talking about wanting to confront that regret.
Yeah,
and it was foreshadowing that altercation. And so I think now would be the perfect time for him to have it.
And you know what? And the fact that it's in front of Mina as well, like...
It's in front of Mina, exactly.
It's perfect time. So well.
To be fair, it would make sense, because I feel like this like, in this arc, he's definitely been showing off the potential ships a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, there are things that people have theorised that he's been showing them off a lot more. Like...
I'm gonna lose my absolute fucking shit.
Yeah.
If it's a Mina Kirishima.
But what I was find funny with Mina is, like, obviously she recognizes all the other ships, but she doesn't even recognize what's happening with her.
That's the insight. Another insight I can give you from the School Bridge series is that is just part of her personality. Is that she likes hearing about romance, but she doesn't believe in it for herself.
Yeah.
Like, that's a struggle for her in a sense.
Kirishima will show her the way.
Flex on it.
But I guess it makes sense for them both, because they're two guys that probably don't really need to be distracted by that sort of thing at the moment.
But that's kind of like what we were trying to do with Deku, isn't it? Like,
man,
she's trying to hold. She's like, I'm gonna put these feelings somewhere else for now.
That's what they're all trying to do, I guess, because they're all trying to do their best. But it's like, other than Kaminari, Kaminari is like living with it right now. Like, he's
he's using his motivation. Jiro, like, it's already
setting the stars. I'm so happy.
That one is ready.
I'm so happy. That was just
a quick little. Ship has sailed.
Yes.
Yeah. That was just a quick little theory that sprung up into my mind.
I'm now seeing it, Luca. Literally, like.
Yeah, so am I.
Mount Lady's gonna have to let go because she's like in pain or something, and in the middle, like hold it open.
Unbreakable.
Can you imagine?
It's just bang, like him, like getting crushed.
That would be.
There's gonna be a little gap, and she's gonna have to throw it in. Oh, I hope that's it.
But that would be the best scenario for Kirishima to do something. Honestly, like that is the moment, and the fact that it's Mina's throwing it as well, so it's kind of like she's gonna
his
acknowledge.
mouth's closed. Or saying, and it's like, no, there's a little gap. What is that? And it's him like, fuck it, that would be so good.
In his mouth, holding it open.
My other fear is that something does go wrong and then he freezes up and doesn't do anything. But we won't talk about that.
No, I can't see that happening. My guy's tough enough, you know. He's
Alright,
after all the shit you face, especially when you're trying to go into Overhaul's place and all that, you know, I'm sure he's changed enough.
Come on, my boy. Come on, my boy. Ready.
Do you guys want to do a quick brief on Jujutsu?
Jujutsu.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Sorry.
Oh man. Oh man. Jujutsu was so good. It was a quick chapter because it was like a fight one. But it was so good. There was, you know how many spreads? There was 4 spreads in this chapter, and it was just like, oh my god, like the So basically, it was like a massive fight between this kind of like, how do I put it? So Sukuna, right, Lou? Like you know, like he's like a massive like demon thing that we've been waiting to see,
basically
and he's slowly, and he's like gradually getting more powerful as the series goes on. He gets kind of like, and at the moment, I think he's like, I think. Is it even half? I think it's just under halfway to his full potential. Maybe just over.
9? Is it 9 he's on?
I think he's like 12. I think he fed him
over half.
Yeah, I think I think Jogo fed him like 10, like at that one point, and he already had like 3 or 2 or 3. So, and in which case, but then it was like how Jogo said he didn't expect the power differences between each finger like would actually like be so massive. So God knows how much stronger he's going to get before the last one. But we see like half his power, and oh my god, he's ridiculous. Like he's fighting someone who's like a high class kind of spirit type deal, or like high class curse, so like a hollow type thing. And he's
probably like an Espada.
Yeah, like he's got like your Espada level, you would say, and then he just wipes the floor.
He's basically like he's basically just ridiculous.
And similar to what Emo said about that guy like flexing on Food Wars with his own move, he literally is just like to Jogo, I'm going to use your own moves against you because now I have
to use your own. I'm going to use your own curse technique against you, but I'm better than you.
And it's literally over. Like it's so good. It's so
I'm gonna.
I wouldn't even call it a fight. I'd call it an into what's it called?
A conversation where someone died.
I can't remember the word. An altercation. That's it. It's an altercation.
Oh man. No, it was hype. It was hype. I wanted to see more of Jogo, but that was such a good fight, man. Oh, I like such a good moment, and it had like a panel where it was just kind of like the hands, where it was like him like bending the file, and it was just amazing. I love Gigi's art. Like I recommend it to anyone who haven't seen it. Jujutsu Kaisen is incredible.
I can't wait for the anime, honestly.
I do feel like that fight especially is going to be a little bit like slept on because of how quick it was. Because like we've said, like how much Jogo actually looked up to him.
Yeah, and everything. And then
that fight should hit so many emotions.
Yeah, and no, because I like Jogo, right? But I'm not like emotionally attached to him. Do you know what I mean? Like no one, because he's not. He's a bad guy. Like he's still like a thin guy. Like, but
I'm glad
it's still good though.
I'm glad that we got to see the bit that we were talking about, where like you actually see him, and he says, "Oh, what's that?" And it's like a tear, so you can actually see the emotion in him.
Yeah.
I was glad to see that it wasn't just like.
He's underwise crying. It's like, because you're burning alive, my guy, and you don't even realise it. It's like
this sounds mad, honestly. Like
it's so good.
I can't wait for it.
What
honestly.
else? You had.
I was trying to think of what I'm gonna do on my week off next week, but I was thinking I might start watching Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
What a series.
Yes.
So,
I recommend that highly for those who haven't watched it.
I was trying to work out what I'm going to do next to myself.
It's like
Simon is like my 5th favourite main character. Yes. Yes.
It's such a. He's trying to can.
Before we get into that argument,
right,
shall we just move on?
Yeah.
It's
all about Kamina. I'm just saying, he's a G. But you had what else? You had Ghost Paradox, whatever.
Oh my god! Please don't. I can't talk about it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Okay, that's
you guys
fine.
need to read it.
All right. Was it very good? Was it good?
Move on to the main.
Talk about it, but I don't want to.
Okay, that's fine. We can move on.
Another massive plot twist.
Okay,
so
I think that's everything out of the way for that one. Should we move on to the next segment?
The main.
Okay.
The main chunk. Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is back.
Yeah.
So first of all, spoiler warning.
Yep.
This is your chance.
We're gonna go in.
If you've only spoiler warning, if you only watch the anime and you're listening to this, you're about to be fucked up because you don't even know how it's got to this point.
Shit is about to get down.
Spoiler alert! Chapter 131. Iconic, incredible, beautiful.
Here we go. We'll get straight into it. We've come full circle. Then we've all been on the edge of our seats for months. Waiting, praying for Eren to say psych or something, but no.
JK, you ain't dying.
Still sane.
You know what? It's all in his mind. Like it's just.
It literally is.
but no, he laid absolute waste to the mainland. And you just, I personally just felt myself sinking into my chair, coming to the realization that
it was
happening.
such a raw moment, especially with those two kids.
Literally, like I don't know.
He couldn't have just let it be two random kids. He had to put in the fucking
he had to
or the before.
Before when he met them.
To mean something. Like
he loves doing this. He loves introducing random
characters.
Wholesome characters.
That gets stomped.
We should be laughing at this. We shouldn't be laughing at this. It's just so
Eren's like, you know what? You're such a nice kid, but I still need to stamp all over you.
I want to point out one thing. I wonder what was going through the kid's mind when he kept saying, "I'm sorry."
I know. No, he said he was like, "Why are you crying?" He just thought he had something wrong with him.
It's like, that was so deep when you saw that panel, and then you see it back to what's happening now. It's just
it's still funny how even back then he couldn't say no to injustice. Like in terms of he should have just walked away. He was going to walk away, but he just couldn't. Like when the kid was getting beat up, like he couldn't walk away. He had to help him. Even though he knew what was going to happen.
It's his justice, in his mind, what that means, like.
Unfortunately, it's a bit more like, if he sees it, it's wrong, but if he's not seeing it, then...
Yeah, but he clearly saw this.
It still affected him, but he's got to a point now where it's like, it
comes back to this, this question, how much of what we're seeing is actually done by Eren himself, and how much of it is influenced by Ymir, the memories of the former Titans.
Exactly. This is the biggest influence.
I said to Luca before this that this was the first chapter I've read, and I'm like, this is the end game now. Like this is it. Like,
every page was filled with emotion. It was like brilliant, like callbacks, like
the fact that it's kind of like, especially with the kids, it's kind of like they gave them their own little plot, didn't they? And it's like the fact that they focused on them.
They focused on them before, and then they gave that whole backstory with the money and all that. And
they're all poor. They're all from a poor background and all that. So it's kind of like, and the thing is, they're not even evil, but it's because where they are.
It was perfectly done to show that Eren has become the very thing that he hated.
Exactly. He's basically lost all emotion in the world.
And the thing was, like, maybe not now, like when we see him, obviously, like he's in like his childlike form in his head and stuff. But when we saw him in the flashback, he was still coming to like terms with the fact that he's got to kill all these, and you saw the moral conflict, and he even said in his mind, like, the Eldians dying does make sense, like in terms of like for the greater good of the world.
He can't have it.
Yeah, but he just can't. He just cannot accept it. Like he can't do it. He can't.
This is another big question we have, because like, it's cool if like Mikasa or Levi or whoever kills Eren, but what happens to the Titan powers after?
Especially with like.
It's like Eren has got to do something, isn't it? Like,
exactly. It has to be Eren that that takes back control of himself, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, I want to throw a question out here. So, do you think if they get rid of Eren, all the other Titan shifters, something happens to them? Do they die, or what?
Or like, yeah, like I don't know. Like, does he just if he dies in like physical form, does he just stay in the paths like Ymir did?
I don't know who's going to become the new Ymir.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
already has.
But Ymir, the issue with Ymir right now is she still has some sort of presence in there, especially with the kid as well.
When he was dying and
when he was getting squished, which was very horrific to watch.
That was graphic. That was horrific. Yeah.
You saw a glimpse of Ymir just standing in front of him there. So this is what I'm saying.
That was there for a reason. Like...
Exactly. So goes back to the point where how much influence does Ymir have on Eren's mind right now? Even though obviously Eren took over the founding Titan powers and all that stuff, but I still think she has a big game to play in this.
Also, it again goes back to that chapter of Eren confronting Mikasa and Armin about being cattle and...
Yeah. And can I just say, like I said before about the throwbacks, I loved some of the throwbacks. There was such good moments, and like it really made me stand. Like I love Eren even more. Like in terms of, like they called it back to the Reyna chapter where he calls himself he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And when you're watching that moment, right, he's calling himself a piece of shit, and you think it's because he's actually like he realizes that he's liking people. So you think you're a piece of shit for thinking that
everything
anyway,
you did
right
up to this point.
But now Eren realizes he called himself a piece of shit because actually he feels bad for what he'd done, but he's got to accept it and move on, which is what Eren's doing. He knows what he's doing wrong at this point, but he's got to keep going.
Yeah, I mean,
in this chapter, I feel like Armin might have had his most like legit coolest moments so far.
His ship.
He's ship, and like the way he was, he's found resolve.
The way he grabbed Annie's hand and he was like, "I'm sick of people calling me nice." Like,
yeah.
But even Armin, the fact that Armin was like, "I've done shit things," he's done terrible things.
Yeah, he's done terrible things.
Himself. So he ain't a good guy himself.
When I think about it, it actually reminds me a lot of Erwin. Like when he said,
when he has to take on.
Was like great general, great.
He has
commander,
with Erwin, especially the burden of his soldiers. That all the soldiers that died out there. It's kind of like a similar thing with Armin. That's
such a good series, man.
Me and Jordan were talking about Armin as well, and Jordan brought it up that obviously Armin, since the time skip, has been on the quiet side of most of the action. But Jordan mentioned that he believes Armin could do a repeat of that boulder scene. Is it season 2, season 3?
Essentially, any kind of suicide mission at this point.
Tross.
No, you mean the Tross? Sorry.
Tross. So you know when he clubbed the boulder. So when Eren first transformed,
when he plugged the thing,
And no, do you remember he fucked it up though? Like he couldn't move.
And I remember.
Armin. So in that scenario, Eren was in like his dream world. Everything was perfect. Which is kind of similar to what's happening now. And it took Armin to go there and stab him in the arm a bit.
Yes.
And he said to him but the thing is, this is the problem, is the way he got him out of it was that he reminded him of his goal. Like he reminded him your goal is to destroy all the Titans, to take it back, to go out the outside walls.
That's what.
But he's done that now.
He has.
This is his aim.
Now wipe out everyone.
Yeah, but I agree with what Luca was saying as well. Like I think it's going to be Armin and Mikasa this time. Like Mikasa was there before, but she wasn't involved in the whole. She needs
a bigger role in this final bit. She hasn't had as much of a role for this yet.
Luca has a theory.
I have something to say about Mikasa, but before I do it, I'll just mention, adding to Armin, is that there's still hope that Armin could talk him out of it, because even though he's reached his goal, it's not the original goal.
No.
Armin and Eren have two completely different ideas of what freedom is. One believes he needs to be on top of the world, and the other believes the other just wants the opportunity to go and see places.
Basically, freedom.
They both for the whole of the series think they have the same goal.
But
Armin needs to bring him back down to that childhood level. And it's whereas Eren wants complete freedom to not reign over everything, but just to do what he wants to do. Whereas
especially when we saw him talking to that young Eren, or when he saw him in the thing, that link, especially with the Titan powers, I think that is the only way you can communicate with him at this point.
point. Yeah,
I think we'll see Armin in the past again.
You know,
that was such a good moment, man. When he turned around Eren and like it was just such a good image, like kid Eren who's like on top of the world.
When you talk about freedom,
injured, and it's like an injured post-war Armin.
Yeah,
and it's like wow, like the
contrast.
Oh, so like
contrast,
it's so good.
It's so mad. Like,
and
it's still making me think that what we heard is yet to come. In that exhibit.
Oh, the exhibition, and it had Armin shouting Eren in the final audio. So it's gonna. I'm confident in my. I've got.
What if that is that? Well, like that's just fucking.
I'm going off, but like, could it be like, Armin does wake him up, and the audio we saw, the reason he's shouting Eren is because Eren realizes what he's done and he's got to stop it. And he's like shouting out because it's like a panic.
Oh, that would be insane.
Yeah, that's the final audio.
This is like
what if Eren takes on the whole Rumble?
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to bit meathead here. Right. Sorry. Like this is being a shonen fan. Okay. But what if like now because Armin seems like he's ready for the smoke. He's ready to go in. Right. 100%. What if we see like Colossal Titan v like he's massive dinosaur Titan? Like
the thing is, we're still waiting to see the Colossal Titan, and you know, if you're gonna see it, this is the moment. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
man, we need. Yeah, he's gonna
come
out.
Do you think you'd go with Annie as well for this? Could you imagine? Because obviously you got two Titans there.
Yeah. I just don't see how any of the other Titans can compare now.
No, even the regular. Have you not seen the size of the other Titans? They're pretty much the size of Colossals at this point. So it's kind of like
they've got the Cart Titan jaw.
Yeah,
they've got them all. I just don't see how any of them can help other than Colossal at this point.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I think it either has to be Armin and Mikasa, or Eren has to. Kill himself in effect, basically.
In effect,
but the issue is reaching Eren is like a whole nother.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think Zeke is gone.
Zeke probably still has a big part to play. He's in the path.
I think Zeke still has a part to play because I 100%.
Even though it's just fucked because
Jordan's going to get hyped for this, but I do not think I don't think we're seeing this series end without Levi killing.
Levi has to do.
I honestly God,
there has to be a moment for Levi.
The fact that was like his last wish to Owen, that he said like I will kill him. Yeah. I do not think that he's going to let this series end without us seeing that, because it's been so close so many times that it just needs to happen. Like Zeke has sort of like rode his luck a little bit in terms of still being alive even now. So
also, okay, I'm going to delve into even bigger theory, Paul. Right, so everyone knows like the endings and openings foreshadowed like the future, even in the manga kind of thing. Like before the manga even done it, it was in the openings and endings like hidden away. So the only time I've seen like this cloudy thing, like like with a like freedom type deal, like where it's all cloudy and stuff, right? The only time I saw that was in Red Swan's opening, and it had the kid Eren running around the 104th Cadet Corps Eren or whatever, like the Scout Eren. Right, and the thing is that I noticed in the opening was I paid attention because I was like, because there's a transition where he runs the kid, and then all of a sudden it's Eren, Armin, and Mikasa, and I was like looking for it. I was like, no, actually, you never see Mikasa and Armin in that scene with the clouds. It's just Eren. So is it like this kid Eren, and are we gonna see like when he comes to his senses, the Scout version of Eren, like the original Eren, like come into it, like, and that's going to be like the voice of like Resolve, like where he comes back. Like, if that happens, then I'm fucking done with these boys.
You're a detective, The thing is, but don't be surprised if they do that. Especially, you remember with the ending with the whole Ymir's origin. For those who at the time, I didn't read the manga. I read the manga at the time, so I lost my shit when they were showing all that, because obviously for anime only viewers won't understand what the hell's going on, but the fact that they're showing all the Ymir panels and all that, that's what I mean. Like, for someone like you, Lou, like obviously you're gonna be just seeing a whole bunch of what is this?
What is this? Yeah, everyone was like, this is cursed.
Yeah, but no, like, the fact that they were the panels from the manga.
And it's like, and also interesting one as well, whether they meant to do it, if it was foreshadowing or not. So like, how Eren right now, he's formed. He's like all kind of like got all like cords and veins coming out of him. Well, there's actually like in ending 2, so in series 1, there's actually like a clip of him like that, like all corded up.
Yeah.
And then it transitions into the Attack Titan.
Yeah.
So now it's like, was that foreshadowing? There's no way, surely, back in series 1, like, or is that just coincidence?
The thing is,
I don't know.
We always knew with the author, he did say he knew the ending already. Like,
he
already had the ending planned out.
Which is why we have to be confident that the ending is going to be good.
Going to be good and not rushed or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like a lot of people write their story and they're like, I'll think of the ending when I get to it.
No, I don't.
That's like most people.
No, see, the thing is, right, I don't think that's necessarily true, right? So, like, manga creators, this is the problem we said with Shonen Jump, right? Me and Emon. It's like, your series can just get cut off. You can be told, okay, in 3 weeks you're out, right? And not just that, it's also the opposite. So they can have, like, an original series, like, say, My Hero of Horikoshi. You can have an original series planned out, and then they're like, no, we want it to be longer, it's successful.
Well, technically with that, they were meant to finish at the 2 heroes, weren't they?
Like they said that the final fight. Yeah. They said that like I said before, I think I said on a previous podcast, but I think Shigaraki now, with how strong he is, like with all the powers, I think this was originally meant to be the final fight, and it was meant to be like Bakugo and Eren and Deku with
what a crossover that is.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was meant to be them two versus
the fact that, like I said, I'm still suspecting there's gonna be a time skip after this little bit because
no way it's ended soon.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
and the fact that. I don't even know. That's just another thing.
That's a whole nother debate. Like, we want to touch on Titan.
Okay, the only thing. So one thing I do want to mention with Attack on Titan, I just hope Eren doesn't. I hope Eren doesn't get the Madara treatment. You know, I can't say too much because Luke is here, but but you know the shit that happened with Madara, the twist. I hope that doesn't happen to Eren.
Yeah, it's not like Ymir instead.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, that's actually true.
That'd be one of the worst things I've ever seen.
The one thing,
but it makes but it makes the sense though in terms of someone else controlling the scenes behind.
Maybe going back to what Jordan said, that thing that he saw in the opening 2.
Ending. What do you mean? The Red Swan? Or...
When you the one where you said that you saw like the form that he's in now.
Oh no, yeah.
And then you transition to the Attack Titan. What if he actually loses all of that Titan power and only goes and he gets left back with the Attack Titan? So he's back to square one.
Well, that's the thing though. Is like, go on, Lucas. Sorry.
This is the important thing about the Attack Titan as well, is that part of its power is being able to see into the future.
Yeah.
And Eren's clearly stated he has seen into the future, but we don't know what he's seen. So I really want to know what he's seen.
And even some of the panels, he's still an Attack Titan. Like in terms of his body, is this still all part of the Attack Titan's power? Because the Attack Titan's power is meant to be freedom, and that's
the dominant one in a sense.
The only thing I would say is Eren is talking like a man that knows he's not going to lose.
Well, he's talking like he has like his clear aim. He thinks everyone's like kind of on board with him as well. Like in terms of like the way he like turns around to Armin and starts talking and stuff.
He has a certain amount of confidence that he knows that he's gonna win the way that he's going. So
I'm sorry. Yeah, go on, Lucas. Sorry.
No, you go first. I was gonna change the subject.
I was just gonna praise the fact that like. This is one reason why I really love the chapter as well. I love the fact how it's like it feels like if I'm watching an episode, so I'm listening to this man like just love life, like he's brilliant, but then like little cuts to just people getting stomped and just gruesome images, and that's what that is the cost of this freedom. And it was just
the whole point is you lose your humanity at this point. You sacrifice every single belief you've had.
And he's got freedom. He's got freedom, but what did it cost?
But it's kind of like he's taking on that role to become the antagonist, if anything. You know what I mean? Like he's prepared to become that evil if he has to. For the greater good.
Which is what Luca was saying. It's about like
speaking of that humanity. We obviously, I always go back to a very big scene for me, which is where Mikasa and Eren have their little moment, and she doesn't tell him how she feels. It's because before it seemed so simple, like if she had told him, he wouldn't have done this. But after what we've seen in the last chapter,
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a bit of doubt.
It could have been worse.
Could it have made it worse? Because by her saying that, she would have motivated him to do it more.
Yeah.
And the fact that she didn't has actually kept him somewhat inside.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going to be the thing that keeps him.
That's the thing keeping him there. Yeah. So when she finally does reveal it, he's there to hear it.
It might impact him even more, kind of thing. Yeah,
again, like we've been saying, I mean, there's no happy ending for Eren at this point, and I don't think there's a happy ending for Mikasa either. So
no,
the thing
is, I think she's accepted at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's a happy ending in terms of Eren surviving or whatever, right?
No, he's dead, whatever.
But
either way,
this is me based on that last panel that Isayama showed with confidence.
Yeah.
Right, where the last panel basically says you are now free. I'm hoping that even if he doesn't die, even if he does die, Eren, that he's happy with what the outcome of the world is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I'm hoping that's him basically. Saying
you don't want it to be all for nothing.
Yeah, I'm hoping Eren is happy by the end, even if he's dying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm hoping. It probably isn't because Isayama hates us.
But yeah, this was a really good discussion for this chapter, honestly.
Yeah,
there's so many theories.
10 out of 10 chapter, man.
It's a very raw chapter. I mean,
I love those reactions every other day, but I still hold the fact that's one of the best single chapters I've ever read. That was.
I agree.
It had a mixture of everything.
Which is such a hard thing to say because every chapter is always very high standard. So to say that one is the best one, it just proves how good it must have been.
Isayama's a genius, man. I'm sorry. Attack on Titan's going down as a modern masterpiece. It's actually insane. It deserves
for a modern anime. It is up there. Honestly, the way they've done it.
It reminds me of a video I watched where they were where I was watching a video once, and it was do you reckon there could ever be a modern masterpiece in anime?
It's Attack on Titan.
If you're going outside of the big three and all that, then Attack on Titan is definitely up there. Because of how much impact. I think one thing with Attack on Titan they've done really well is, especially on the western side of the world, it's made a big impact. Whereas other animes, even stuff like One Piece, wouldn't be as well known in the western side of the world. You know what I mean?
There's
a difference.
I wish they capitalised on it more when that massive popularity in Series 1.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Still, it's still loads of people
it's definitely if you're ever recommending an anime, if you just want to create an impression, nothing too long, it's a bit short. Attack on Titan is
number one.
Yeah.
I just hope when the anime onlys watch the next season, because I feel like a few of them are going to get turned off by where Eren has sort of gone. Because it's.
We call them people.
I feel like there's the potential for Isayama to get quite a bit of abuse. I just hope that they realise as they're watching that this is fiction, and regardless of if the MC is a bad guy or not, the story itself is so well written.
But this has made Eren such a better character,
and it has.
I don't get.
Eren is one of I said right.
He's one of the best main characters.
Yeah, I said Simon was top 5 MCs, right?
Yeah.
Eren ranks top 3 for me, right?
Yeah.
The only one above him, and I know it's purely because I love the characters and I've been standing them for so long, is Luffy and Ichigo, right? But actually, for a well-developed throughout the whole series main character and a critically, it's got to be Eren, man. He's so good.
He does develop. As much as I love Levi and that, but Eren, you know what I mean. Eren, hands down, plot wise, just done so well.
One of the best characters I've ever seen.
And the thing is, the biggest thing for me was the fact that he knew the future from that young age. The fact that he's had to know that burden throughout is mad.
Oh, it's actually crazy.
He's not even an adult at that point. You know what I mean? He has to know all this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how
I think one of the moments after one of the moments where I was you know what, this guy's a fucking legend. He's just a G. Was the bit where when he's first in the past with Zeke, and then where he's going back and he's saying Zeke, Zeke, that's not how it happened.
Yeah,
that whole thing. You like when you first watch. Yeah, but who would have thought that the Eren that you see in the first series has that sort of intelligence? This plan has been in place for years. You realise how smart of a character he actually is. Like,
I still love the concept. Your future self's telling you what to do in the past, but then
like your future son's telling you what to do.
That shit with his dad, that was like now everything makes sense when he's like, "No, Eren, don't, I don't want to do this." It's like, so he was the one, like he's pulling the strings all along.
That blew my mind.
That wasn't,
That's my second favourite chapter of Attack on Titan was that one.
But
that was my favourite until this chapter.
But okay, anyway, let's wrap this podcast up, I guess.
Yeah, sorry. Got too far
into my favourite Attack on Titan moments.
That's fine.
Recommendation of the week is read Attack on Titan. If you haven't, but I imagine they have. To this point, they have not spoiled everything for them, so apologies.
But yeah,
should have been watching it or reading it from the beginning.
Either way, any last words from anyone?
No, just stand Eren's supremacy.
Luca, anything from you?
No, nothing.
Lou, nothing at all.
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
I'm looking forward to this weekend's chapters. That's about it.
I can't wait. Honestly, for like One Piece, My Hero, and there, like I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just
One Piece is about to kick off, in my opinion. Like,
I mean,
please no last minute breaks.
We've had enough breaks as it is, but
on Twitter tomorrow you're gonna see like One Piece chapter this week delayed.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. We don't need none of that. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Check out our socials in the description, and we've also got other anime reactions and reviews. So check them out on the channel. And any last words? Bye bye or anything from people?
If you want to see these Attack on Titan discussions as a separate video, please let us know.
We'll be happy to do as a separate chapter review. And get in depth.
We could happily talk about it for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Oh, we did. We pretty much did that. We just pretty much did that in this segment.
We should make a video like why we love Attack on Titan.
That was us going off topic, and we were trying to be on best behaviour. Imagine if you weren't on best behaviour, we could just talk for ages.
Just hold it back. You don't even like imagine all the theory videos and all that. It's just
so it's like Luca.
I could do a video about the underappreciated hero of Ian from the Trust arc. I miss Ian.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care. Bye bye. I'm ending this right now. Bye bye.